Hi kindergartners, welcome back. Today we're going to keep working on some different kinds of animals, and today's animal we're going to try to do is we're going to make a lion today. Now this would be a great chance if you have some paints at home. This would be a great project for you to use with your paints, but if you don't, you can use markers or crayons, whatever you have. What you're going to need is a piece of paper, and I'm going to draw my piece of paper right here on my paper because I don't need it to be this big, but I'm going to take my piece of paper. And the first thing, if this is my piece of paper, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw a rectangle for our lion's head. Now, we don't want it to take up the whole picture because our lion is going to have all this space right here for his mane, So we're going to make a rectangle in the middle of the paper. About that big, okay? And right in the middle of that rectangle, we're going to make a triangle that points down for our lion's nose. Okay, we're going to start there. That's a good place to start. And we're going to work a little bit in different areas, all at one part at a time, so that we get everything drawn before we start to paint. After we have our triangle at the bottom that's pointing down, we're going to make these lines right here for the beginning of the mouth. We're going to start here and we're going to go across with a curved line, and down at the bottom we're going to make a curved line. And this area right here, this will be the mouth. So what does our mouth need? Our mouth needs our teeth. What shapes do you see for those teeth? Triangles, yeah. So we're going to make a couple triangles from the top, maybe two for his fangs at the top, from that line coming down, and then we're going to make some from this line at the bottom going up. Maybe you have some big ones, some little ones, some big ones, and those are the teeth. We still need a little bit of a chin, so from here we're going to make a curved line. Okay, good. Now, a couple other things that we're going to need. We're going to need our ears, and we're going to put those ears up in this corner. Okay, and some eyes. And with the eyes, our lion is going to have an angry face on it. So when we talked about, at the beginning of the year, we talked about what happens when we make an angry face. Where do our eyebrows go? They're going to go down in the center. So we want to make two lines to sort of show how our lion is going to have those eyebrows that go down in the center too. And from there, we're going to make the eyes. They're almost going to look like maybe an upside down P or a spoon, and we can draw the eyeballs right in there. Okay, and then from the inside of the line, from the eyes, the inside of the eye, we're going to make a line. And that's pretty much your lion's face. So you are pretty set from there. Now, depending on what other supplies you have, you're going to think about how you want to color yours. You can color your whole face. One of the things that I like to do is color the inside of the mouth, not the teeth, because we want our teeth to stay white. But I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to color inside my mouth, leaving those teeth nice and white. I'm going to try to do it real fast. But you guys can go much slower and be much more careful than me. So there's my mouth. I'm going to color my nose with my black marker or black crayon if I want just that triangle. I'm going to color inside my ears maybe to show the shadow inside my lion's ears. And then, depending on what materials you have, you could decide, do you want to color your lion's face? Do you want to paint your lion's face? This one is painted, and since it's painted, we painted first and then waited to do the whiskers and sort of the little bumps. If you're going to color with crayon, you want to color with crayon first. If you want to color with paint, color with paint, and then once the paint dries, then you can get to go back and add some more details on your lion. Now, with your lion, the one thing that is really interesting to paint with is painting the mane. And the mane is interesting to paint because when you think about a lion, you think about the hair is growing from the inside of the face or at the top of the head on its way out. And it starts a little thicker and it gets a little thinner. And that's something that you can show really nicely with a paintbrush. I'm going to use watercolor paints, but if you have tempera paints, you can also use those. If you have a big brush, that's probably even easier. I only have a little brush because I don't have all of my art supplies at home. So we're going to rinse your brush, make sure it's nice and wet, and then we're going to go around. We're going to get a nice little pool of color, and we're going to start at the rectangle and then go up. And you'll be able to see how my picture, the hairs start at the rectangle. They're a little bit thick, and then when I sort of paint out like this, in this sort of painterly way, it's going to get thinner and more triangular as I go around. So you're going to go around, around. Now I'm going to use a couple different colors when I do this. I'm going to use orange, and then I'm going to rinse out my brush because I'm going to change colors. I'm going to use orange, and then I'm going to switch to yellow. I'm going to get my yellow nice and wet. And again, I'm going to start by the rectangle, by my lion's face, and I'm going to go out, and just sort of flick it out in that direction so that the base is a little bit wider than the tips of the hair or the fur out on the edge. I'm going to go around and around. And again, if I'm going too fast, you can pause this, you can just watch it and then go back and do it at your own pace. I want you guys to have time to paint, but I want to show you real quick what I'm doing. And then the last, I'm going to also give my lion some brown fur. So I'm going to find my brown paint, rinse my paintbrush, rub it gently into the water or into the paint, and I'm going to flick around. I'm going to go all the way around so that my lion has a nice, thick, bushy mane. You can do this with your crayons if you don't have paint. You can do this with markers too. You can go all the way around. And even as you finish, if you look and see that you have spaces that need a little more, you can add a little more paint in those empty spaces. So you're going to go all the way around. Again, if you wanted to use marker or crayon, you could use marker or crayon to color in your lion's face, that chin, also the face or the inside the ears. You could use markers. Or you could use paint. If you're using paint or markers, either way, remember when you paint around your lion's face, you want to leave those eyes nice and white. But you're going to paint inside the rest of your lion's face. And over the cheeks. A little too fast. If your marker smudges a little bit because you decided to paint over parts, you can wait until your paint dries and then you can go back and you could add some more details. So that's a real quick way to make a lion, whether you're going to use watercolor paints or markers or crayons. I would love to see your lions when they're finished. Make sure you email them to me if you can. I would love to see them, and take care. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.